Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, Eco-Friendly Expat, and today I'm going to tell you 5 tips for reducing your gift wrapping waste this holiday season. Stay tuned! Thank you and welcome back. If you're new to my channel, Eco-Friendly Expat is your place for eco-friendly tips and swaps that you can make in your everyday life to be more environmentally friendly. So today's topic is 5 ways to reduce your Christmas gift giving waste. So the holiday season is one of my favorite times of the year, mostly because I get to see my family and my friends in the US, which is not actually that common for me, and also because I get to spend a lot of time choosing out the perfect gift for my loved ones. Unfortunately, people worldwide end up throwing out excess waste during this time of year. According to the Huffington Post, Americans will throw out an additional 1 million pounds of waste between Thanksgiving and the New Year, more than what they normally throw out. And this is not just an American problem. According to The Independent, which is a newspaper in the UK, British people will throw out more than 108 million rolls of wrapping paper. This is an insane amount. According to a newspaper in Canada, they've actually equated the amount of excess wrapping paper waste to the weight of 100,000 elephants. So obviously this is a global problem that is causing a lot of waste that kind of brings down the whole holiday spirit. So what can we do to reduce the waste of the holiday season? Let me tell you my top 5 tips. Number 1, reuse paper products from around your house. Now, I'm pretty sure most people have used old newspapers to wrap their gifts in past years. Probably the comic section because that is the most colorful and it's, adds a little bit of a joke on Christmas morning. But that's not the only kind of paper product that you can use. Old maps, posters, magazines that you're not reading anymore, these all can be used to wrap gifts. In past years, you might have worried about using glossy types of papers like posters or magazines because they weren't recyclable in the past. But thankfully, recycling methods have improved, and so now we can use glossy papers. You can even use things like toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls, things like that to wrap small packages. I'm going to include a link down in the description box showing how you can use these items to wrap small gifts. Number 2. Use cloth to wrap your gifts. So I was first introduced to using cloth as wrapping paper when I was living in Japan, and it turns out that a lot of Asian countries actually use cloth as wrapping paper. The picture shows the Thai method. It's okay if you're not living in Asia. There are other ways that you can utilize cloth as wrapping paper. First of all, if you have maybe a shirt or a skirt that has a hole in it that is otherwise in good shape, you can actually cut that apart and fashion it into a gift bag. Or you can cut it into a rectangle and use one of the Asian wrapping methods, which I will link to down below in the description box, to wrap your gifts with. Another option is if you are not crafty or you don't have any excess fabric laying around, you can order some of them from Amazon or order them online and have them shipped to your house. And the best part about these is that they can be reused for numerous years, so you and your friends and family can just keep passing them back and forth year after year after year and never have to buy wrapping paper again. Option number 3. If you are like a lot of people in my family, not naming any names, that you just end up throwing your gifts in a bunch of gift bags, possibly you have a lot of gift bags in your house that you guys pass back and forth like my family does. Unfortunately, these don't last forever. Sometimes they tear or some people throw them out or things like that. So when you need to replace your gift bags, use the plain brown biodegradable, recyclable gift bags. And these kind of work as an extra bonus because, yeah, they are plain brown when you start, but you can actually make it into kind of a kid's crafting day and let the smaller children in your family decorate them. And this has the added bonus of, I think, when you guys regift it back and forth each year, you can kind of reminisce about the artwork when it's finished and things like that. Tip number 4 is for people who are really obsessed with very pretty wrapping paper and pretty packages, kind of like I am. So one of the things I'm doing this year is I'm making the switch to wrapping paper that has seeds that grow. I'm going to include the link to that down in the description box below, and I'm so excited about this. So the wrapping paper comes in a couple different colors, and when you're finished with it, you can actually just plant it outside, and in the spring it will grow into flowers, which I'm really excited about. If that's not your thing, or if you don't have an area where you can plant them, you can actually use recycled papers that were made into wrapping papers. So tip number 4 is to change your toxic inked and non-recyclable wrapping papers into either wrapping paper that grows or other sustainable options like recycled papers. Another thing that you have to consider is that the bows that are used on a lot of packages, bows and ribbons and things like that, they're not recyclable either. So I really encourage you to make the switch to using raffia, which is basically a paper. It kind of looks like hay, but it comes in a couple different colors, and you can use that to make your packages look really pretty. So tip number 4 is stop using toxic papers and toxic ribbons and switch to raffia and recycled papers or other types of biodegradables. And my final tip, tip number 5, kind of ties it all together. It's great if you make the switch to using cloth bags or biodegradable paper or recycled wrapping paper, but none of this really is completely waste-free unless you're also using biodegradable tape. I'm going to include a link for that down below. So once you get rid of all of your tape that you've got already there in your house, make the switch to using the biodegradable types or the paper types. And of course, if you order any of these things online, make sure to request that the packager or the manufacturers don't use any plastic packaging or plastic tapes when they send it to you. All of these little things can make a huge difference in the holiday season and in reducing waste overall. All right, so there you have it. My 5 tips for reducing your waste this holiday season. What ones are you going to make the switch to? Which things are you going to try? Do you have any extra tips for me? I would love to hear your extra tips so that I can be more environmentally friendly. We're all learning here. All right, so if you found value from this video, please hit the like buttons and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.